Now, just a little warning before we get started that there will be major spoilers in this video for the third episode of Hawkeye. So if you have not seen it yet and you don't want anything ruined, it is a really good time to click away. Alright, and I will begin by saying I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's my favorite of the three so far.
Right. I really like of course, Hawkeye of it all.
Which one?
He's such a good actor, Jeremy Renner.
Oh, yes.
I really like the emotion he's showing and the struggle you're actually seeing with him dealing with his past.
His past and his family, and how weird that must be to have done what he did because he lost his family, essentially. He kind of lost his sanity, his stability when his family got snapped away, and so when they return, how guilty and how weird must he feel about that?
He wasn't exactly lying. Black Widow did get rid of Ronan.
Yeah, that is true. He got rid of him, didn't kill him.
Right.
But no, Renner in this has been extremely impressive with his acting. The scene where he is on the phone call with his son, and you can feel that. That is... Well,
and I feel like Kate's character, she's kind of calmed down a little bit, so...
She was better, yeah, I think she was...
I liked her continued development.
Well, yeah, I mean, she was annoying Hawkeye, which is kind of the theme of this episode in a way, how she, not the theme per se, but... And multiple times, Hawkeye kind of makes mention of how, it's better off not to hear her, that losing his hearing is not the worst thing in the world if you can't listen to her anymore. So, yeah, she started out as annoying, which was kind of the point, and she is mellowing out, which, again, is character progression.
Right, because she's learning.
Yes.
Right.
And she's starting to maybe understand his point of view a little bit, that well, actually, she doesn't, I think, is the problem. She didn't really understand even after that phone call, what he was talking about sacrificing. Right.
I mean, he's not just giving up his hearing. He's got his entire family to,
Yeah, and here he is, trying to protect, she even points it out, he should be home for Christmas, and here he is trying to protect this rando girl he met.
But at the same time, is he really just trying to protect her? Is he
protect
himself?
Yeah, he's trying to protect himself, too. I mean, it's not just her,
and her obviously. As a byproduct as well.
Yes. And he's trying
to... It kind of started out with him just protecting himself, and... kind of evolving into him worrying about her.
Yeah, well, we know by the end of this they're going to be, besties. The best of friends, whatever.
Do you think Hawkeye will finally really retire at the end of this?
Yes, I think this will... Well, it all depends, because we know from the Black Widow post-credit scene that he's going to have company at some point.
That Yelena is looking for him.
Yeah, so is that going to happen here? Is that going to happen elsewhere? I thought for sure it would happen in this series, and granted we have 3 episodes left, but it would kind of feel... weird at this point if she suddenly showed up or does show up at some point, since I think the villain we are dealing with is...
Kingpin?
It seems that way.
Well, this might just be his introduction.
His reintroduction, because he is, of course, from Daredevil, and Punisher, I believe he's in as well.
I think he was...
I think he dealt with Punisher in Daredevil. Yes, I'm getting confused. That was... All those shows were a while ago now. But yeah, it seems like the same. I mean, it sounded like.
It is.
Oh my goodness!
It's supposed to be him, yeah.
Yeah, he even tweeted a few months back there, or I think it was last month or whatever it was, that he was excited for this series.
Well, he was a really good actor, so I'm glad that they're bringing him in.
Yeah, he was a great Kingpin. He brought that brutality to the character. I mean, he was terrifying. Just how
because he had the sophistication.
Yes.
All of that comes with the money, but he was still a ruthless crime boss.
Yes,
you forget
absolutely.
how ruthless he could be.
Yeah, because he did have that
ingenious that way.
He did have that softer side to him a little bit there, until he started slamming people's heads in car doors and stuff. But no, just an absolute brutal. I mean, he was fantastic as Kingpin.
Wilson Fisk, yeah.
Yeah. So I do hope that is all lining up. This isn't another Mephisto where we're all going to have the
he's still coming.
I'm sure he is.
He's
at some
still
point.
Coming.
Disney and Marvel saw how excited people were for him.
I'm going to disconnect the word Disney from that. I feel like Marvel gets a lot more free reign than Star Wars does.
I think Marvel gets almost absolute free reign. I have a hard time believing Marvel or Disney tampers with Marvel with the success that it's had. Why would you?
You leave it alone. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin Feige has free reign to do pretty much whatever he wants at this point.
Now they're talking to Sony quite a bit more because their rumors are out there that I think some places are like, it's confirmed, but...
Well, they always say it's confirmed just to get you to click on their video or their article.
They're talking about how Spider-Man Tom Holland is going to have 3 more
Another
films.
trilogy. Which, I mean... considering there's people trying to scalp tickets for this movie for thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh, I read about that on eBay.
Yeah, so
I was like, seriously? Just go on another day. I'm sorry.
yeah, go the next day.
You'll have to
Like
do it
even
the next day.
we didn't get tickets for Thursday. We're gonna have to wait till.
We could have if you wanted to sit closer than intended.
Well, I don't want to sit close. So we are gonna see it Friday morning. I'll be all right. I'll just avoid the internet for 12 hours and we'll be just fine.
You avoid the internet? Oh.
I know. I'll have to take the day off, I guess.
Ugh.
But anyway,
I want a pizza dog.
That is so random. But anyway, back to
I like pizza dog.
Back to Hawkeye. Another thing I really enjoyed about this episode was I know you hate them, but I enjoyed the car chase. I enjoyed the 360 we did around the car.
No, I think that they actually did. They made it an interesting car chase, which I liked. It wasn't as generic.
That was one of the coolest things I've seen in a while.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the camera right there. They're trying to do like the one scene. The cinematography in that scene alone was pretty fantastic.
Yeah. Oddly enough, it kind of reminded me of that scene. I think it's Daredevil where it was all one continuous take too, which was really cool. I like
continuous take scenes.
Yeah,
I mean,
that is so cool when they do
Kingsman
that
too, and I know in the first one, I think in the second one too. But yeah. The continuous shot things that they managed to come up with are kind of amazing.
Yeah, very cool. Loved it.
Could have worked a little harder on that CGI putty.
Yeah, the CGI.
There were a couple. Flubber from the old movie was
there were a couple points when the CGI looked a little amateurish, with something I could pull off, and I am not an expert. Well, I couldn't pull that off, but you know what I mean. It looked pretty rough.
Yeah, we got to showcase some trick arrows, which were awesome.
Yeah.
We finally got Hawkeye back with his bow.
He shot arrows. Episode 3. He did shoot arrows, yes.
Yeah, it was good. Kate wouldn't have been able to pull off the driving. Let's be real. I really enjoyed that scene. I thought there was a good introduction to Echo. I mean, I know she's going to get her own miniseries.
Yeah,
she's getting a Disney Plus series.
Which is interesting.
Right. Because so we'll see where she ends up after this.
Yeah.
She probably won't be a bad guy anymore.
Probably
Spoilers.
Not. Yeah. I mean, I thought that was so strange when I saw that announced. I'm like, wow, we haven't even
met her.
Yeah, haven't even met her. She's not exactly a popular character, to be fair and honest.
It's really cool, though. I mean, she's very similar to Kate.
Yes, and I think that's intentional.
Just one grew up with privilege and the other one life of luxury. The other one grew up...
Yeah, I mean, usually
in the crime syndicate's ring.
Isn't that how it always works with your villain? It's kind of your
foil.
Yep, and I think that's the same thing happening here. But anyway, to summarize, again, I thought a really good episode. It was a little shorter than the other one. I think it was only like 35 minutes.
It felt short.
I didn't check
the runtime, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I was a little surprised when the credits rolled. When he, at the end there, where he had the sword to his throat.
Pulled the Ronin sword on Ronin.
Yeah,
Ooh.
So. I was a little surprised.
Idea.
Yeah, a little surprised how short it was. Not a complaint because it was a very to the point episode and it worked. Mm-hmm. Again, the interaction between Kate and Clint is getting better and better.
Yeah.
And I'm interested. I'm interested to see where we're really going with this because my one gripe with the first 2 episodes was I really didn't know what we're doing here, and I'm still not entirely sure what we're doing. But good episode.
Good episode. I think it's just improving. I like the character development and the heart they're infusing into this show. It's something that they can't do as well in the long movies.
Yeah, it's really fleshing out Hawkeye, who has been kind of the sixth Avenger of the main 6. He's the...
No, don't you dare put him 6th.
I just mean in terms of how much his character has been explored.
Right, yeah. They really... They've owed Black Widow and Hawkeye. They owed them something before now.
Which is why I really wish we would have got a Ronin/Black Widow movie set between Endgame and Infinity War in taking the place of Captain Marvel. Could have been really cool.
Or they could have just given us a Black Widow Hawkeye movie.
That's essentially what Black Widow Ronin would have been.
Well, if they could have done that and have it kind of mirror back to how he saved her way back when. To kind of encompass that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's why it was so cool is because she did.
Yeah.
He brought her back from the, the brink of, being a really terrible person, and she did the same.
Right.
Maybe not the brink. Maybe they were a little past the brink, but you know what I mean.
They're both past the brink.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that would have been nice, a Black Widow and Hawkeye movie.
Yeah, I think that absolutely should have been where we had the Captain Marvel movie.
Right. I don't know.
Discussion for another time.
Yeah.
But for now. That's all we got for you this time. Now, take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of this episode of Hawkeye. Tell us what you think of the series overall. And do you think we will be seeing Kingpin in this? Whatever the case may be, leave your comments below and let's talk some Marvel. And until next time, Thanks for watching.